You are about to listen to In the East, The Long Dream Road by Maria Pia Oelker, narrated by Ian A. Miller. Chapter 1. The white light of the moon that was rising above the grove of pale silver cypresses contrasted with what was left of the sunset that still lit the western sky toward the plain and the sea. Until a few minutes before, it had been an explosion of violets and oranges, of faint pinkish stripes, of anthracite tongues and golden-red flames. The sun had gone darting proudly, and, as it vanished rapidly on the horizon, greeting with a last flicker the moon that was rising on the other side of the sky with her group of stars. The prince watched them as an admirer, yet powerless spectator. He would have liked to catch those last rays of sunlight, to hold back those flashes of light, to feel invaded again by that fleeting feeling of happiness that seemed so intense to him every time that it took away the sense of time, the memory of everyday things. And now he was trying to hold on to every last trace of that dying light with his eyes, the outline of the distant hills, which stood out pure and clean against the sky, every little detail of the large park, of the trees, and of the tanks that darkness was about to swallow. Finally, threads of the distant river that appeared here and there in the fields between rows of light poplars. The moon came to overtake the earth and to light up that world which the sun had made alive and strong during the day, and over which the moon had no power to call to life with her pale light. The moon could only console and protect, cradling its dreams, and making other beings that were on the border between magic and reality come alive. There, in the ancient oak forest that stretched almost infinitely behind the castle park to the most remote mountains that the eye could meet on the horizon, there were mythical creatures who enjoyed the silver light and lived in its trembling shadows. The prince had heard about it many times in his childhood from the old housekeeper, who had taken care of him since he was a baby in the cradle of lace that his mother had prepared him with her loving hands. He thought he had loved his mother for too short of a time, and yet he had loved her very much in those short years spent together in the great halls of the palace, mostly empty for most of the year, which came alive only when his lord and king and father deigned to come and visit and stay with them for a few weeks, gifting them his splendid vitality, his exhilarating, noisy cheerfulness, exaggerated like his sudden wrath. The prince had adored the king, whom he had known even less than his mother. He had taught him to ride and to go hunting with the falcon. He had told him the names of the stars, observed together on serene nights, and the world of ancient books. He had played with him and told him terrible war stories of ancient and fearless heroes with shining armor and a noble soul. Never had the prince asked him why neither his mother nor he could leave the castle and the park when he was absent. Although he was small, he already knew that was a forbidden question. One day he had questioned the queen, who was embroidering and reading at the window, and she had smiled enigmatically. "Never ask why. It's a secret between your father and his fantasies. Don't ask anybody, because nobody knows it, and don't even ask your father, because he would whip you in his anger. This is my enchanted kingdom, and the key is nowhere to be found except in the heart of the king, but he will never give it to anyone. You will be able to leave when you grow up." "No, mother, not without you," he replied then. But now he was just waiting for the right opportunity to do it really, definitely, and freely. When would that opportunity arise? He was 16 now, and he knew
Sample complete. Ready to continue?